Hello, Leo. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your December 2022 tarot forecast. I hope this reading finds you well in an attitude of gratitude, living and enjoying life. So, as I was starting to do your reading, I just started to sweat. I just started to feel very hot and very I don't know. It was just like this sudden feeling of heat. So, what I want to say for you, Leo, in the month of December is, first of all, watch your health. Second, just be very careful in regards to who you share your energy with, and how you not only project your energy, but how you accept energy, and then the ways that you do it, right? There's all sorts of ways that we can express our energy physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There are energy vampires out there who like to feed off of other people's energy, and that is how they build their energy and how they express themselves. So just be very careful with your physical health, your emotional health, and the people. Be very visual. Be very what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit. Just be very careful. I know there's another word. Vigilant. Vigilant. Thank you. Just be very vigilant about who you share your energy with and the people that you surround yourself with. So we're going to shuffle the energy oracle, and we are going to cut the deck, and it is the Temple Path, and it is the Thinking Man. So I feel like this is a spiritual evolution for you, Leo, and I think that's the reason why we talked about protecting your energy, right? This is you trying to find your way spiritually, and maybe looking toward others for assistance or assurance on building up your spiritual foundation, right? So it could be that for quite some time you've been very interested about your, and now I'm getting the hiccups. I'm sorry. For a long time, it seems like you've been very interested in your spiritual path, and perhaps maybe there have been people around you that have told you that it's all nonsense, it doesn't make sense, it's all hoodoo, voodoo, witchcraft, whatever. And there's just something that continues to guide you deeper and deeper into trying to figure out where you belong in the spiritual realm, what your abilities are, what your powers are. And it could be working with crystals, it could be working with energy, it could be you connecting to others through energy work, which is why it's very important to protect your energy, especially if you're working with people on an energetic level. So that Temple Fat Path is finding a place of silence, of solitude, of quietness, going within and really contemplating what those abilities are, and asking Spirit to guide someone to you, or to guide you to someone who could help you evolve into the spiritual person that you desire to be. You're working on your gifts, working on your craft, working on if you're doing candle magic, if you're reading tarot, if you're doing pendulum, if you're doing medium work, whatever that case is. It doesn't even have to be spiritual. It could just be in life in general. What is my path? Where do I belong? And that Temple Path, a place of solitude, of silence, of quiet, helps you get there. So let's shuffle the deck again. One more time. If it jumps out, it is meant to be here. So yeah, okay. So it almost feels like that. Okay, so sometimes in this physical world that we live in, we have attachments to the physical things. Attachments to money, attachments to the outcome of situations, attachments to materialistic things, attachments to the mundane, attachments to ways of thinking, feeling, speaking, seeing, acting, reacting. And in order to evolve into the spiritual being that I feel that you desire to evolve into, we have to release and let go all of those attachments. And releasing and let go, when we say that, it brings up a lot of anxiety. And that is a very bright card. A lot of anxiety. There you go, just so you can see it better. A lot of anxiety and a lot of uncertainty, even though there is a lot of passion behind what it is that you desire to do. The thought of letting go, the thought of releasing, the thought of no longer being a part of something, regardless if it's good or bad, brings up anxiety. It brings up uncertainties and insecurities. But this evolution has the potential for you to bring about happy abundant time for your family. This isn't just a change for you, Leo. It's a change for your family. It's an evolution of your family. It's financially better, it's spiritually better, it's emotionally better, it's mentally better. It's when we find our place in the world, and when we stop the struggle, when we stop struggling for everything, when we remove the masks that we have to wear due to society's bullshit, it's amazing how everything else drops off little by little by little by little, and you're left with this true version of who you are, the real version of who you are, not what society has created along the way, not the lies that people have told you about what's expected of you, but you, truly, who you are. And when we release everything else, it's just amazing. Who we turn into is just this amazing spiritual being, recognizing this human, I want to say experiment, right? And that in your spiritual form, you are capable of creating so much, capable of doing so much, capable of achieving and receiving so much, and capable of also giving so much. So let's see where this goes. So the first card, 4 of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the World. So the 4 of Swords is about going within. It's about finding that solitude, finding. It's like the Temple Path card that we had before. Only this one is going within, and it's doing a whole reconstruction. It almost feels like of self. Right? It's stripping it all down, stripping it all back, and building it all back up. And you're going to need the time away from the mundanity of life in order to recognize what isn't conducive to your happiness and growth and what path is. And this is going to mean growth. It's going to mean stepping into your strength and your courage. It's going to mean getting creative and moving forward. It's going to mean recognizing and realizing what doesn't fit in this new chapter of your life and letting that go, letting those attachments go. And that can be, as I said before, it can be very hard for some, because what we see before us with our human eyes is what we've become attached to, right? It's very difficult to let go. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I want to give you, for instance, I have a thing for dragons, and I have this dragon skull figurine up here on my desk. I couldn't imagine letting that go. I have almost 300 decks of tarot. I couldn't imagine losing them. They're my babies. And I think in a way that kind of shows that I am still on my spiritual journey too, because all of these things are just that. Yes, they're energy, and yes, together we bring you, together with our energy, we bring you this reading. But I think on a more spiritual level, if I allowed my gifts to evolve, I could do it all from energy and spirit, as opposed to energy, spirit, and you know what I'm saying? That's a pile-on kind of thing. So I think we become very dependent on the materialistic things in our lives. And I think this is a growth for you to kind of show you that you don't have to be so dependent on the materialistic things of your life, that you are capable of manifesting, you're capable of stepping into this power, and you are capable of releasing the attachments of the materialistic things, or releasing the attachments of putting down the mask of who you are out in society, as opposed to who you are in the silence of your own home, and being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable with who you truly are. And this has an effect. It has an effect on you. It has an effect on your family. And with loss comes grief, but it also comes freedom. Like, she's in this cage. The dragonfly is bringing her the key. She has the power to release herself from the anxiety, from the attachments, from the uncertainty, from the anxiety, the depression, from the insecurities and doubt, right? But just like everything, when we let go of certain aspects of ourselves, or that part of ourselves that we have known all of our lives, there is a grieving aspect here. When we let go of the person that we've created to appease other people, there is a grieving aspect here, but there's also a transformational aspect here. And this puts you in a time of peace, and a time of passion, and a time of release, and letting go of attachments. And then there's bringing closure to what once was, and stepping into the new, stepping into the now, stepping into the present. I hope that helps, Leo. And until next time, talk soon.